In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a rendered image of your assembled microphone. The first thing we'll have to do is open your assembled microphone. To do that, move the mouse to the orange File button in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Click on File, then click on Open. In order to open your assembled microphone, you will have to find your technical folder from your space on the school network. If you don't know how to find this, ask your teacher for help now. Once you've found this folder, select the assembled microphone and then click Open. Before we create the render of this assembled microphone, we need to rotate it around a little bit so we can see the front face of the microphone cover. As we rotate it around, we also need to be able to see the decal that we applied to the microphone casing. So as a reminder, to rotate a view, press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard, click and hold the middle mouse button on your mouse, and then move your mouse. Before we make any rendered image of any model in Inventor, we have to ensure that the settings we use are correct. These settings will always be the same each time we create a render. The first thing we need to click on is the View tab at the top. In the View tab, we need to change the visual style to realistic. The next stage is to turn the shadows on. To do this, move the mouse over the Shadows button, but then click on the little arrow to the right of it. From this menu, add the Object Shadows and the Ambient Shadows. We're not going to add the ground shadows to save us a little bit of work cropping an image at the desktop publishing stage. Once you've added the object and ambient shadows, click somewhere in this grey area on the CAD modelling space. The third area within the View tab we need to click on is this box called Orthographic. Click on it and select Perspective. This provides us with a much more realistic view. However, in this case, you can see that some of the microphone has disappeared off the side of the screen. In order to fix that, we're going to pan this view across. To pan a view, click and hold the middle mouse button and then move the mouse. If, after having changed those settings, you decide that you can't really see the decal very well, then you can rotate the view around a little bit in order to see it a little bit better. As a reminder, rotating the view, press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard, click and hold the middle mouse button on your mouse and move the mouse. The second part of Create the Render is where we create the image itself. To do that, move the mouse to the top of the screen. The tab next to View is called Environments. Click on it. Then select Inventor Studio. In this Inventor Studio window, I'm going to move the mouse to the top left-hand corner and click on Render Image. Once you click on that, you'll see this Render Image dialog box appear. We are going to make a number of changes to the settings in this Render Image box. You will make these changes every single time you create a rendered image in Inventor. The first thing we're going to do is click the lock aspect ratio box to put the tick in it. After that, we then go into the width box and change this number to 4000. You'll see that the number entered in the height will change in proportion with that because we clicked the lock aspect ratio box. The next thing we're going to change is the lighting style. There are a number of different lighting styles. You can see them by clicking on the little arrow here. You can pick any one of these that you choose. For this project, I am going to use the photo booth one. Next, we need to move the mouse to the Output tab at the top here. And you must click here for Save Rendered Image. You're going to save this image into your technical folder in your space of the network. If you don't know how to get to your technical folder, ask your teacher for help now. In the Save As type, ensure that this is a PNG. If it doesn't say PNG, click on this box here and then select PNG from the list here. Next, we need to click on the Options button here. We must select the dots per inch here as 300. This will give us the sharpest possible image. We also need to make sure that there's a tick in the alpha channel box. By clicking this alpha channel box, this blue-grey background will be saved as a transparency in the rendered image that you're about to create. So once you've changed the DPI to 300 and clicked the alpha channel box, click OK. Then click Save. Now we move the mouse to the Renderer tab at the top beside Output and click on it. We want to set the render time to 5 minutes. The longer you render something for in Inventor, the better quality of the image. For this model, 5 minutes is enough, and we also have to take into account the length of time for a period as well. Once you've set this to 5 minutes, and you've finished setting all the other settings within the Render Image dialog box, click on Render. You'll then see this render output window appear. You can see there's a green bar starts to go across. Once this green bar has gone all the way to the very end, this word rendering will change to completed. When you can see this, we want to close this little window off. So move the mouse to the top right hand corner of this small window and click on the red Close X. Then we can click on Close for the Render Image dialog box, and also click on the green tick to finish the Inventor Studio. We're now going to save the work, so click on the orange File button, then click Save. That's us now finished rendering this assembled microphone.